Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we are diving into a report that promises gold and antimony but delivers a bit of a head scratcher. Will this company strike it rich or will they need to panhandle for more funds? We are about to find out, so stay tuned. This company, Perpetua Resources, is trying to get a gold and antimony mine up and running in Idaho. This report at 10Q is basically a quarterly financial snapshot, so let's see what's going on with them. If you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you are subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below. Come hang out with us. First, some background. Perpetua Resources wants to dig up gold and antimony in Idaho. Antimony is a metal that's considered really important for national defense, so that is why the US government is giving them money to make that happen. They hope to not only get gold and antimony, but also clean up an old mining site while they are at it. Now, before we even look at the numbers, there's a big red flag. The report says there's substantial doubt about their ability to stay in business for the next year unless they get more money. That is a serious warning that the company could run out of cash. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. As of March, they had about $19 million in cash. That sounds like a lot. But if you compare that to the end of last year, when they had $44 million, it means they burned through a lot of money that quarter. They are owed about $27 million, mostly from government grants, so hopefully that money will come in. Something interesting, they have almost $90 million in deposits. The note explains that this is for agreement with Idaho Power Company to expand the electrical grid at their project site. On the other side of the balance sheet, they owe almost $6 million to suppliers. Now, let's get to the income statement, which is essentially a report card on how the business did. For the last 3 months, they lost $8 million. Last year, they only lost $2.9 million during the same period. That is a big jump in losses. That shakes out to losing 12 cents per share compared to only 5 cents per share last year. So for each share you own, the company lost more money this year than last year. Looking at where the money went, a big chunk went to what's called share-based compensation, about $1.2 million. This is usually stock options or stock given to employees as part of their pay. The big one, of course, is exploration. It cost them almost $13.1 million for the quarter, which is double what it cost them last year. That's because they are working hard to get this mine ready and are doing all sorts of studies and tests. Now, to balance the books, they did get some grant money from the government, around $6.4 million, a bit more than last year, but it wasn't enough to offset the higher exploration costs. All of this means they burned through $25.6 million in cash this quarter. That's a lot faster than last year when they burned through $3.5 million. They are also sitting on about $3 million that's tied up in an environmental reclamation bond. This is basically money they have to set aside to make sure they can clean up the mine site if things go wrong. Finally, let's talk about the big one, their mineral properties. That's the value they place on the mine itself. That is valued at about $66 million. So what does all this mean? Well, the company's burning through cash quickly. The clock is ticking. The report says they need more money to continue as a going concern. In other words, they need to find investors or get a loan or something, or else they might not be able to pay their bills. That is definitely something to keep in mind. There is also a lawsuit about Clean Water Act, which is very, very important and has to do with protecting the US waters. They have a settlement, but the problem is that if you add more regulation, that could make their financial situation even worse. There is a lot of back and forth going on there, but in the end, we don't have all the pieces of the puzzle to know what's going to happen next, so make sure you follow that more closely. Now, to summarize, Perpetua Resources has an exciting project, but they are facing some serious money problems. They are spending a lot to get the mine going, but they are not making any money. They need to find a way to get more funding, or they could be in trouble. Plus, a lot of their future depends on permits and how the courts rule, which adds even more uncertainty. What's your take on Perpetua Resources? Do you think they can pull it together and get the mine running? Or are they heading for trouble? Leave a comment and let me know. If this breakdown was helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more corporate deep dives. And if you are interested, we have a Discord community linked in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.